Nicely done. This would be Wednesday. Wednesday, October 7th, we turned in the book reports, and apparently my computer's on the wrong screen. We're going to finish going out through our poster terms and other fun stuff. Disappeared, and now I'm back. Don't be an idiom homework is due tomorrow, so make sure you are ready for that. And boom.
And Silver Wars.
We have and the Silver Wars is still continuing. Our 11 terms, and let's see. Turn the terms face down so you can't see them. Let's see how well they're still in your brain.
Not here at all.
It's sort of shocking. The first one we had, Cammie. What was the first thing we had to define?
Simile.
Is correct. Cammie, what's a simile?
The comparing of two nouns using like or as.
Nicely done. Compares two nouns using like or as. You have a good example of a simile. We'll do an example of a simile next. It does not have to be the one that's on there. If you can think of your own. Maggie?
You said something about your shirt being as dark as your, like, wait, hold on. It was like your shirt is like your soul or something.
My shirt is like my soul. Haley?
And your shirt is as pink as a baby's belly after you slap.
Would work for me too, as well. Today, my shirt is as blue as Shamu's water tank. To reference our book would work for me. If one was simile, Noelle, what's number 2? Metaphor. You remember what a metaphor is? Nicely done. Compares two nouns by saying one noun is the other one. You have an example with it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, one second. Example. Your shirt is a whale tank.
Nicely done. My shirt is a whale tank. Works for me. I would say my. She's saying I'm fat. Is
No, I'm not saying that. It's the color of a whale tank.
I was going to say my pants are the trunks of 2 dead trees because they're brown, but whatever. Yesterday I said the darkness of my dead soul, but it all works out well. 3, Kai, went back to what we learned last Friday. What did we spend last Friday learning? There's a homework assignment due about it tomorrow.
Oh, idiom.
Nicely done. An idiom. How many different meanings does an idiom have? 2. What's the first meaning? Second meaning?
Literal.
It's not funny.
Common phrase with 2 meanings. I think I did zip your lips. Or you had the option of doing whatever you're doing for your project for tomorrow, since we're not project, it's a homework time. Whatever you're doing for the homework for tomorrow, if you want to do that one instead, that would be fine with me too. Then we got to, I think we've done number 4 with you guys. Speaker in a poem. Megan, what is the speaker in a poem? Not bad. Also could be the narrator or the main character talking to us. And then from that one, Taya, we had the poem Caterpillar. And who was our speaker in the poem Caterpillar? Nicely done. We had the caterpillar. Cummins, in the poem, one of the 7 has somewhat to say. Who's the speaker there? Is correct again. And so either one of those would work. I did grumpy for the poem, one of the 7. Stephanie?
Stanza.
Look at you looking into the future. Stanza. And Stephanie, what's a stanza?
It's the paragraphs in the poem.
Boom. Paragraph in a poem. I think that was as far as we got with you guys. So now you can flip back over and keep going. If you fill up the page, by the way, before we get to these 25 different words, you can go to the next homework page, and then you just turn it over, next homework page, and what do you put at the top? Date and title. If your page falls out, by the way, that's why you want to have tape, so you can tape it back in, because that would make your life a lot better than not taping it in. Dolly?
By the way, there's 11 words.
Well, this is for the dumb kids will pay attention. Smart kids just read the directions. Let's see, for those of you at home, refocus. There we go. Refrain. We've not gotten to refrain yet. This is going to connect to tomorrow's poem. So we're going to introduce it, and then when we get to tomorrow's poem, it'll help you out. Refrain it does mean to not do something. One is to refrain, as in you should refrain from talking during class because it's going to cost you a lot of B points. That is to refrain, means to hold back from. But also, those of you who are in music, band, choir, orchestra, there is a refrain that is sometimes in a song, which is a little bit different. You know what a refrain in a song is?
It's like a rest.
A rap? A rest. Close. Not quite a rest usually, but you're on the right track. Carly?
It's at the end of like a line of music, and then you stop at one point and go back to the other point.
And so it's the idea of the going back. So it's a line that gets repeated multiple times.
I thought that.
But you're on the right track. It's the going back that
A
we missed
rest
out
is
on.
nothing close to that.
He said the rest, but he just forgot the going back. So you said the pausing and the going
Yeah, when
back.
you sing Jingle Bells, you go jingle, and then wait.
And then you go back and say it again.
No,
Yeah.
a jingle bell.
That's the saying
Yeah,
it
a
again
rest
part.
is when you go jingle bells, rest. Jingle bells. No. That's
Yeah,
not.
jingle. Wait,
Wow.
Jingle Bells.
She
No, it
wiggled
doesn't.
finger
No,
jiggled.
like
No one claps after Jingle Bells.
Apparently she does.
No,
She does the
Jingle
clap
Bells,
version. It's
rest.
very exciting. For tomorrow, we're going to take a look at a poem called Annabelle Lee, and that one is going to have a while we're at it, kids who paid attention yesterday, in the poem Injust, there was a refrain that got repeated throughout the poem. Dock it in.
Far and wee.
Nice done. Whistling far and weak.
land.
So if you want to list that one, that's also good. In tomorrow's poem, it is in the kingdom by the sea. Like every stanza, it'll keep saying, in the kingdom by the sea, I loved Annabelle Lee. And the next one's, she is such a lovely lady in a kingdom by the sea. And it's going to say, I grew up one time in a kingdom by the sea. It just keeps repeating kingdom by the sea. So you have this line that keeps getting repeated over and over and over in the poem, trying to like feed it into your brain. Like whistling far and weak. I don't know what you're laughing at. 7, rhyme scheme. Look at there. Why, yes, we did do rhyme scheme the other day. I'm so proud of you. What is rhyme scheme that we did the other day? Aaliyah?
Isn't it like the thing that we did with the ABC?
It is. Nicely done. It is the code that tells you the rhyme pattern. The code that tells you a rhyme pattern. As an example, shadowing, if I had a poem where the first 4 lines all rhymed with each other, what would the rhyme scheme be?
A.
That's 3 lines.
A.
Good job. Don't forget that last line, it's the most important A. So whatever your example is, I did A, B, B, C, C, D, D, or A. Regardless of what pattern you come up with, what letter does it have to start with? It has to start with an A. Always and forever. Yes. I was a little confused, like a sideways A. More like an ah. Let's do a quick example and see how well you guys can figure out a rhyme scheme. We're going to use a poem Jabberwocky by Lewis Carroll, the guy that did Alice in Wonderland. I like this one because half the words are made up. So you're like, I don't even understand that one. You don't have to. As long as you can figure out what the word sounds like, then you'll be good to go. Dock it in, and you can do the first stanza.
Yes.
Nail the first stanza. We have Toves,
A.
Wabe,
B.
Borogoves,
A.
Outgrave.
B.
Nicely done. Cammy, ready for stanza 2?
C,
We got Sun,
C,
C. Catch,
D,
Shun,
C,
Bandersnatch,
D.
on fire. Cassidy, you got the third one. Hand,
E. F.
F. Tree.
G.
Hang on.
Oh, it's from all the way.
And saw. No, I think you're right. E. F. Why did I put E? It's not E. It's G. And then what is thought?
F.
Yeah. We're gonna fix that real quick. Pay no attention to this. Oh, by the way, why did I put E?
Oh, because
That's how it rhymes.
That was the
Nicely done. Apparently, when I was doing this at 6 o'clock in the morning, I was just paying attention to the previous rhyme scheme. And the better part was, first period, didn't even catch anything wrong. They just went ahead, yup, those 2 rhyme. First period, I blame them. Those are good
Aren't
songs.
they advanced?
They
Aren't
were.
they supposed to be smarter than us?
Apparently, they failed.
They're not
Oh, you guys aren't
Yeah.
smarter than us.
Either that or they were sleepy, one or the other.
They're smarter than us.
They're smarter.
Yeah, they are.
You guys see, oh, yeah, definitely smarter. Small ground squirrels are smarter than us. You guys have confidence in yourself. Goodness gracious.
But they're smarter than us. That's why they're in advance.
Mayday! This one's actually on your handout. We'll zoom it up here real quick. Once again, as a group, I think we did this one together. What letter does it start with?
A.
And then air is?
B.
Earth?
C.
Everywhere?
B.
That's a little scary. Maple.
D.
Okay. Hand.
E.
It rhymes with the one from the previous poem. Communion.
F.
Stand. Raise your hand if you say E. Raise your hand if you say G. And why were you saying G? I just like that letter. By.
G.
That was scary. Much.
H.
Lips.
I.
Touch.
J.
Oh, that was close for a moment. Oh my goodness. We have one last poem we'll take a look at. We'll be short. All right, Whippet, you ready? It says, another great poem by D. Andrew Campbell. I hear the sound of little evil teacher feet. Are they below or above or just all around me? If I turn, are they behind me? What? He's right. Ah!
This is act.
Ah! First line. Feet.
B.
Above.
D. Wait, C. Sorry, I can't do the alphabet. Oh, A.
Why A?
Because it rhymes with of.
Nicely done. Me.
Haley.
Stop.
C.
Oh my goodness.
Me.
C.
Q.
Ack.
D.
That was painful, but good job. Nicely done. And now we move on from rhyme scheme. You now have been officially trained. Some of you guys are as smart as a ground squirrel. 8. Figurative language. This goes back to our idioms we learned about Friday, which is also going to be on the homework tomorrow. Isaac, what's figurative language? If I wanted the figurative definition of an idiom, it would be?
I don't know.
That's very honest of you, but I will not accept that. What's your next guess?
I still
If only we had it written down somewhere that we could use to help us out with information. How about this? Go ahead and stand up, and we're going to come back to you in a moment. And when you answer the next one, you sit back down. So do that one. Cassidy, what's figurative language?
Common definition.
Works for me. The common, everyday meaning of a phrase.
Stop playing games.
Oh,
I'm gonna say that.
It's not. You would never do that in class. It's silly. You actually don't need your iPad at all.
Lies.
He would never make poor choices. He's putting the iPad away. We're not even using the iPad. We're busy writing stuff. For your figurative definition, let's go with whatever you had for your number 3 idiom. Write down the example that goes along with that. So if you did zip your lips with mine, what is the figurative definition of zip your lips?
Be quiet.
Works for me. Close your mouth, be quiet, stop talking, all of that. All right, Isaac, you ready for your next one? You can sit down. If number 8 is figurative, Isaac, what's number 9 going to be?
Literature.
Close.
Little.
Yeah, what she said.
Oh, we almost got him to sit down, but you stole it from him. The literal one. All right, Isaac, no, you're not sitting down yet. I have faith in you. Literal. Isaac, remember what the literal definition is?
Isn't that like the smart one?
Getting closer. More than smart.
Word for word?
Boom! Boy gets to sit down. Word for word meaning of a phrase. See? I told you I had faith in you being as smart as a ground squirrel. Literal one, word for word meaning of a phrase. For your example, once again you're going to go back to your number 3 idiom. You are going to be doing the literal definition of whatever your idiom is. So if you chose your own and did something like pick up your room, for the literal one you would have to say, lift the place where I sleep at night. If for your idiom you chose, chill out, you would have to do the literal, refrigerate yourself until you are no longer indoors. I did zip your lips, which means I can't, and you can't use your nouns or adjectives, so I can't use zip or lips. So I said, put a metal closer on your mouth flaps and move.
What?
How do you just make these? It takes me a while.
Being a genius. Practice at home. Put a metal closer on, oh, I put skin flaps. I should have called them face flaps. That would have been better. Put a metal closer on your face flaps and move it. Those are your cheek flaps. Those are ear flaps. There's so many different flappy things with it, it's getting confusing. Oh, by the way, let's see how smart you all are. I use the phrase face flaps. What is that an example of when I say face flap?
Oh,
An idiom.
Aaliyah,
alliteration.
nailed it. Which brings us to number 10, alliteration. See how I did that?
Mr. Brovicast, you're a genius.
Thank you. You didn't say that.
We didn't say that.
Oh, you're horrible people. Now that Aaliyah has told us that it is an example of alliteration, Stephanie, what is alliteration?
Alliteration is a sentence where they all start with the same word.
I'm going to change it slightly. The letter has to be a consonant to be an alliteration. Has to be a consonant. Alliteration hates vowels. Mr. Brovicast, what's a consonant? Everything that's not a vowel. What's a vowel? That's easy. Everything that's not a consonant.
Oh, nailed it.
So, well, what are vowels? Vowels are,
A-E-I-O-U.
so we can't use those. So everything that's not one of those. What's that?
So you can't say something like apples are
That'd be
amazing.
ridiculous now. You can use your first name but not your last name. So as an example, I put Johnny jumps over Joey while jogging. You can come up with your own if you want to. Maggie makes mud pies for monkeys merrily. Kai quickly kicked a koala out of a queen. Cammy also kicked a koala crazily while crying.
Candy kills cute animals.
No, I
Carly
love
had
cats.
Cats
It
are.
has the same sound.
What's a better one?
There is no better one.
Oh, so you know me.
It's the sound.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna be
Number 10 is alliteration, which takes us to number 11, which is alliteration's twin brother, assonance.
I knew that.
Me too.
Just
Good teamwork. Yeah, nailed it. So then, Cammy,
Uh-huh.
what's assonance going to be?
With vowel, when they all start with vowels.
Nicely done.
Yes.
Multiple words all starting with the same vowel.
Mr. Brovicast, at the beginning of the year, you said those were all alliteration.
Yes. At the beginning of the year, you were stupid. I did not feel it was right to try and teach you the difference. I thought your brains would have melted. You're like,
I'm only as smart as a groundhog.
I know. And now some of you are smarter than groundhogs. Some of you guys are like raccoon smart.
Oh,
No. I know. So proud of some of you. The last part, you'll just have to come up with an example. I threw up there, Abby ate an apple. So as long as you have something. Yeah, apricots are fun to throw. They have a hard middle.
They are?
I like
Bye, everybody.
What is due tomorrow?
Bye.
Bye.